Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Round Rock, Texas. This is Timberwolf Baseball Today, the live worldwide broadcast of Cedar Park Baseball on the Vype Live Network. I'm Brad Cohn, V of the T. Len DeSalvo, our QA today. This is Game 1 of the day, Game 3 of the Round Rock Legends Tournament. Timberwolves won both games yesterday, 12-7 over Cedar Ridge, 15-9 over McNeil. Multiple run comebacks in both, fueled by tremendous offensive firepower for the Timberwolves. This morning they'll face a perennial Texas high school baseball power, the Round Rock Dragons, at their home field, Dragon Diamond. Today's game, 248th broadcast of Timberwolf Baseball on KMAX Sports or the Vype Live Network since we began doing this way back in 2008. Cedar Park takes on the Vista Ridge Rangers here in the day's second game, about a half an hour after this one ends, and over on another link. When the time comes, we'll shut down this broadcast, and you have to go back to the Vype Live page and click the link to Cedar Park Vista Ridge to see the second game. We had our slew of technical issues yesterday that limited airtime in Game 1 win over Cedar Ridge. I think we've narrowed the issue down to a faulty hotspot device. We changed that after the second game, and that broadcast went off without a hitch. We're hoping that that continues, of course, today. Sponsors of Timberwolf Baseball this season include ASI Protection Services, Toyota of Cedar Park, Adele Golf, Alzer's Barbecue, and Austin Go-To Team Realty. Of course, Academy Sports and Outdoors. You can see their banner at the bottom of the screen there. Now, yesterday I couldn't see the laptop screen at all to keep up to date with the inning count, score count. I'm going to try to do that today because I can see a little bit better. The sun's at a little bit different angle and it's a little cloudier, not as bright, so I'll try to keep up with that for you today. Don't have a lineup or a roster for Round Rock, which is kind of unusual. They're pretty efficient at that sort of thing usually. But I've got ours. Let me give you our starting lineup and batting order. We'll be the visitors, batting in the top of the inning. We'll lead off with third baseman Cade Haught, batting second and playing second, Gunnar Absek. Batting third at shortstop, Ryder Hernandez. Batting fourth, the DH, Cole Kruger. Batting fifth in left field, Trey Verber, who had a great second game yesterday. Batting sixth, first baseman Louis Alonso. Batting seventh in right field, Cannon McDonald. Batting eighth behind the plate, Josh Bretz. And batting ninth in center field, he had a great day in the field, Darian Sue. So again, if you're scoring at home, it's Haught, Absek, Hernandez, Kruger, Verver, Alonso, McDonald, Bretz, Sue. And the DH is in the 4 spot, Kruger, and he will be hitting for the pitcher, Ben Cooper, on the mound today. Weather today for Round Rock, just about perfect. Some high clouds, keeping it from being quite as bright. Winds blowing in from right, that's kind of from the west. You know, I saw that the wind is not going to be from the west in Austin area generally today, but at this field right now it is. It's a big field to left and center, short to right, shorter than ours to right. I think we're 325 down both lines. They're just 315 to the right field foul pole, but then it gets deep. 355, which is our deepest at dead center. They're in the right center power alley at 355. Center is 377. Then you go to the left power alley and it gets even deeper, 390. The farthest measurement I've ever seen to a left field power alley in a high school stadium, and it's deep down the left field pole too, 357. Now, remember from years ago, the reason for this being way deep in left and shallow in right, so it's not exactly a perfect fan shape. It's stretched to left field, is that they used to play their JV football games on this field, and they would run the 300-yard football field that way. And that's why they need to have it a little bit bigger. And you can see the coaches and the umpires having their conference in the home plate area right now. Hello? I'm right next to the ball field. Kind of on the first base line. Yeah, I'm on a headset at a little white table. All right, see ya. Again, Cedar Park, the visitor today. They're going to be in their gray uniforms, the green pinstripe. Those are my favorite uniforms. I know they got several that they wear, but I love to watch them play in these gray uniforms. Everybody's showing up today. Craig Weems going to be sitting in with me. Here's showing up. Hey, all right, we will. Angie McDonald checking in. Cedar Park's going to be, again, the visitor today. Played well yesterday. Both games they went up early, 2-0 and 3-0, then lost those leads to a multiple run deficit, and then just opened up a can on both Cedar Ridge in the first game and McNeil in the second game. As mentioned during the lineup read, that Trey Verver had quite a game yesterday. Here's how good it was. He came on in relief with us trailing by a run. By the time he was done pitching, we had the lead we never lost. And he gave it to us with a 2-run home run when we were trailing by 1 to left field, giving us the lead we never. So he gets the game-winning RBI, and because he was pitching when we took the lead we never lost, he becomes the game-winning pitcher as well. Somebody needs to take that guy to Dairy Queen. Trey Verver with a great game yesterday. I was talking with Ryder Hernandez in the dugout before the game. I said, so was that big home run by Trey Verver, was that a surprise or anything? He says, no, not at all. They knew Trey had some pop in the bat. He'll be at the 5 hole tonight and playing left field as usual. And we're going to pause for the national anthem.
We ask that you please stand for our national anthem. Play ball.
Yeah, let's play 2 as a matter of fact. Pitching today for Cedar Park will be Ben Cooper. We don't have any numbers on him yet. I haven't got my account all authorized and everything for Game Changer to pick up on the stats. We'll have that by, well, at least by Tuesday's broadcast out at Lake Travis. And we don't know anything about Round Rock except that they're 8-2. I talked with John Carter, their head coach, for a long time before the game, and he said they've been kind of hot and cold. 8-2 for a program like Round Rock, I guess, seems hot and cold. One of the traditional powers, not only in the Austin area, but in the state in high school baseball. Sent a lot of people to the next level and the level beyond that. But he's a lefty, whoever he is, and we'll get numbers when they come to bat. We'll at least piece together their hitting order. Won't really know where they're playing unless I can pick them out with my binos. They do have numbers on the front of their jerseys, so that will help. Cade Hawk getting ready to lead off. Active day yesterday at third base and at the plate. Led off both games. Played well at the plate. Was on base most of the day. Stole a couple of bases. Good speed. Makes him a good running back, too. So it'll be Haught, Absek, and Hernandez, names you football fans know well. As I've said before, usually this baseball program will have 3 or 4, maybe as many as 5 football players. I think I counted yesterday they got 17. The most I have ever seen. And you can tell when they're standing in front of us a moment ago for the national anthem, all the blonde hairdos from that new tradition we've got of dyeing our hair blonde for the state championship football game, which was just a few weeks ago. Round Rock has an artificial turf batting area, batter's boxes, and what would normally be the dirt, sand around the catcher and the umpire, just painted brown. Rest of the field is regular grass. Here's the first pitch, and we're underway. Chop foul left side by Haught, 0-1. Senior heavy team for Cedar Park. Lost only 4 seniors from last year's team. Only one of those played regularly, TIMBERWOLVES. Kick in the throw, low. 1-1 to Cade. Haught. Gunner was on base all 5 times and scored all 5 times in the Game 2 win over McNeil yesterday. Ryder had 3 doubles. All of them brought in runs. Swing and a miss for Haught, 1-2. One thing that makes it interesting, or not so interesting, maybe less interesting about this particular viewing angle rather than behind the plate, is a little harder to tell what kind of pitches the guy's throwing. A slow wind-up and delivery. He framed it, but didn't call it a strike. 2-2, count even to Cade. A lot of guys hit by pitch yesterday. I was hoping there weren't a lot of bruises. I think between the 2 games we got hit by a pitch 7 times. Ooh, there's a nice little standing changeup right on the outside edge for a called strike 3. What a crafty little pitch by that lefty. Haught is down. Here's Gunnar Absek with 1 out, nobody on. Gunnar got his hair cut between the football season and the baseball season. This one on the ground towards the first baseman. Going to stay foul. Thank goodness, because first baseman fielded it and went to the bag. 0-1 to Gunnar. Ryder on deck, Cole Kruger in the hole. Be interesting to see if this game follows the pattern of the last 2 games where we take an early multi-run lead, go down by multiple runs, and come back and win by multiple runs. Pitching at a premium, of course, in these 6 games in 3 days pre-district tournaments. That one's high, 1-1 to Gunnar. And man, you have got a win of sorts if you can get by with maybe just using 2 pitchers in a game. We did that in 1 game yesterday, but used 4 in another. Fouled back over the press box, 1-2. My broadcast partner when we started the first 2 or 3 years of Timberwolves baseball, 8, 9, 10, was Johnny Baeza, and he's now got himself hooked on with Round Rock, and he's up there near the press box on a nice tent. They got a nice little arrangement for him up there. Broadcasting all around Rock's games now. What a great program to get hooked on with for Johnny Baeza. That one misses, 2-2. You can see the flags in left center field blowing pretty steadily coming in from right. Deliberate delivery, and that one stays high and in to Gunnar, full count. Bright sunlight with the sun shining on it is really hard for me to see what lights are on and what lights aren't and what shape they're in on that scoreboard out there. There's that slow curve. It didn't come down, or the changeup. Full count walk with 1 out for Gunnar Absek. Here comes Ryder Hernandez. Hopefully there's still a few doubles left in his bat after yesterday. One in the first game, 3 in the second. All of them except one, which was over the center fielder's head. The others were in the gap all the way to the wall. 1 and 2 bouncers to the wall between left and center. One out, Gunnar at first was a nice lead for being against a lefty. And he thought so too, and he looked Gunnar back. Gunnar is smart running the bases as he is running with a caught football. Very shifty. It's a pitch, high. 1-0 to Ryder. Now we'll see if this pitcher can throw as well from the stretch as he can from the full windup. That is the reason a lot of pitchers just these days go to pitching from the stretch even if no one's on, so they don't ever have to change their delivery style. Now that little kick fooled Gunnar a little bit. He was headed back to the bag and the throw was actually going home. That one misses, 2-0. Second glance at first. The throw, change up or a curve ball. It's hard to tell from here. Fouled off into the plate area, 2-1 to Ryder. I won't try to describe what kind of pitches I'm seeing. It's really a hard angle to tell. Glad you're with us today. Pretty day for baseball. If you've got time and you're in the area, come on out to the park. It's a lot better to watch them live than to listen to me gab on about it. This one's something, pulled the string on and stayed outside, 3-1. Well, a standing strikeout on a two-pitch to Cade Haught, a 2-2 count rather, to Cade Haught to start the game, but then a full count walk to Gunner. Now it's 3-1 to Ryder. There goes Gunner, and they're going to throw to first. They have him picked off with the throws in time, but he's too quick. He had such a good jump that even though the pitcher goes to first and first goes to second, an instance where you usually have him picked off easily, Gunner beat it. Stolen base for Gunner. One out, runner in scoring position now. Absek at second. Count still 3-1 to Ryder. Pitcher catcher going to talk about it a little. Be a good time for one of those doubles that he keeps stored in his bat. Here comes the 3-1. Fastball, nubbed on the ground, foul, just up the first baseline. Full count now to Ryder. 2 consecutive full count at-bats. Gunner and Ryder. Cole Kruger on deck, Trey Verver in the hole. Hope he's got another home run or two in that bat. Head coach Lanny Williams coaching third. Matt Kirkendall coaches first. He kicks Ryder back to second. Throwing to second is a pretty tough chore for any pitcher. Oh, nubbed on the ground fair, but off his foot, it's foul. Of course, they were calling for it. Well, now they're talking about it. Hit Ryder's foot and then into fair territory, so it's foul. But the umpires are talking with Coach Williams about it. Let's see if they get this one right. Got a couple of them wrong yesterday. Well, Clark McDonald, our Booster Club president and photographer, has a picture that shows it going off his foot if we need to go to replay with the umpires. So count still full. This will be the 7th pitch to Ryder Hernandez. And Len, if you're listening, watching, my voice will drop from time to time as it looks like I drew a headset that's got a boom mic that likes to slowly slip down to my chin, so I'll try to stay mindful of that. Walks Ryder back to the bag again at second. They know he's a good runner, and they are wary of his abilities on the base pass. Comes the second full count pitch to Ryder Hernandez on the ground at third base. Gunner goes back to the bag. They chase him back to the bag. They can't get him. I told you he was shifty. He occupied their mind so well that Ryder lives at first with a fielder's choice. So runners at first and second for Cole Kruger, the DH, with one out. Absek at second, Hernandez at first. Gunner came just far enough to tempt that third baseman to try to go after him, but he's too quick back to the bag to get thrown out. And because of that, Ryder sprints safely to first. I think I would have looked at him and faked a throw that way as a third baseman. I used to play some third, and then fired across to get that out at first. So I'd call that, not a scoreable error by the third baseman, but certainly a tactical mistake. I'd go to 2 outs with a runner at third, knowing I just needed to get the batter next. So John Carter to the mound talking to his pitcher. more pitches than he wants in the first three batters. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pitches to the first three batters. 6 pitches per batter is kind of high, even in high school ball. So here's Cole Kruger. Only lefty we've got in the lineup today. Two looks, Ryder at second. 3 looks, and he steps off the bag. They are really worried about him. Quite a compliment, actually, to Gunner. Shortstop sneaking behind him, and they're going to throw. Not in time. Gunner with great form on that dive. Cole Kruger still waiting his first pitch. They'll throw this one. Fastball fouled out of play towards the football stadium. Interesting lineup here. There's just about 30 or 35 feet between the baseball and football stadiums here. The home side stands and the old 1940 style press box looming over the third base line. Gunner on his way, but they fouled it. Probably had it. And, you know, there's a lot of confidence shown there. 0-2 to Kruger now. Because, you know, to steal third from second when you don't have a right-handed batter up in the catcher's way on the throw, that's a lot of confidence. Catcher's going to have a clear, quick throw to third. Gunner was going to make it anyway if it hadn't been fouled back. I don't think that was a hit and run because Ryder wasn't running, or he missed a sign. Oh, pulled the string on this one and whiffed him. Both strikeouts have come on either a changeup or a slow curve on strike 3. This one swinging to Cole Kruger. 2 down, both of them strikeouts. Here's Trey Verver, left fielder, with that great performance yesterday. 2-run homer deep to left field. It'll have to go deep to get out of this left field. Called strike 1 to Trey. Gunner Absek at second, Ryder Hernandez at first, but there are 2 outs. A good hitter up, a nice solid cut there, but missed and is now down 0-2. Watch out for pulling the string on this pitch, Trey. There goes Gunner, and he misses. Strikes out the side, but there's a walk and a fielder's choice in between. So whoever that pitcher is, started out hot, went cold, then got hot again. We are through a half an inning of play. No score. We'll be right back in a minute. All right, here we are back. The Dragon Diamond in Round Rock. No score for Cedar Park. Got 2 aboard. Absek and Hernandez stranded at second and first. On with a walk and a fielder's choice. 3 strikeouts surrounding that. I'm going to have to be silent and listen to the Round Rock players as they are announced so that we can get a lineup built for them. Warming up on the mound, Ben Cooper. Again, I don't have any numbers on him. Big, tall righty. Appears to pitch from the stretch, as we were talking about a moment ago. A lot of pitchers just doing that exclusively now. Here we go.
Your left fielder, number 1, Ty Dillon.
Well, I didn't hear that first name. I think it's Kyle Dillon. He's the left fielder at any rate. Little over pronunciation there. Tough to pick out the name exactly. Kick and the throw from Ben Cooper to start off. Fastball right down the tube. Called strike one. Set the defense for you in just a second. Another fastball a little high, the kind that I would have swung at. 1-1. Of course, Josh Brett's behind the plate, catching Ben. Infield from third to first. Haught, Hernandez, Absec, Alonso. Fastball, another one. Called strike on the outside edge. 1-2. Outfield across left to right. Verver, Sue, and McDonald. Darian Sue with some tremendous defense in both games yesterday in center. This one low and away. 2-2 to Dillon. Great speed, running, diving catches, over the shoulder catches. Coming on, diving towards second, catches. This one is a drive into right field for a single. First hit of the game for either team.
Next at bat, your center fielder, number 15, Tyler Beggs.
Tyler Beggs, I guess. Or Fegs. Now, between innings, if I can remember, I think I brought a roster for them. We don't have their lineup or anything, but I think I can look up these numbers and get the names right. I have to go fetch it from my wagon. First pitch is low and away. 1-0 to the center fielder, Beggs, we believe. Fastball hit to Haught, but through his glove. I'm not going to charge him an error on that. That's just a great catch if he makes it. I'm going to call that a single to third. Pushes Dillon to second.
Castillo.
Well, Castillo is a third baseman, number 3. At least one of the names, he says, I can never pick out. Castillo appears to be a left-handed hitter, first one we've seen in this game. No outs, 2 on. Dillon at second, Beggs at first. Round Rock has an impressive panel of achievements documented right under their press box as you walk in the stadium from the outside. Dozens and dozens of district titles and playoff appearances and regional appearances and so forth. A couple of state titles. That one low, 1-0 to Castillo. They've been good for a long time. They've had a great good fortune to have several good coaches in a row. Youth programs in Round Rock that feed this program are some of the best around as well. That one high, 2-0. Baseball definitely the flagship sport of Round Rock High School. Well, football's coming on. Runner going to third. There's a throw down, not in time. Good speed. Gets through Haught, but not far enough to let him get up and come home. Good stolen base by Kyle Dillon. And in the dregs of that, Beggs moves to second, so first base is open. Any out, you got to drag it all the way across the infield now. Pitcher's called a strike, 2-1 to Castillo. I gotta remember to get my sunscreen on between innings too. Oh, one got out of his hand a little early, high, 3-1. Round Rock in their home whites with a maroon trim. Fastball right down the middle. Called strike 2. Full count now to Castillo. That one's low and he walks them. The bases are loaded with no outs. Alarm bell sounding. How many of these guys are named Kyle? Kyle Cox will ink him in at first. With no outs and bases loaded, we're facing their cleanup hitter, and he's a big guy. Oh, no. At least he's a righty, and this is a very deep left and left center field. Fastball, catches it. 0-1. Now to his credit, although he's got the bases loaded, he's 3 of his first 4 batters he's faced. He started out 0-1, what you want to do. This one chopped on the ground. That was a curveball dropping low. 0-2 to the cleanup hitter. Boy, we need this out. Need a strikeout here and then somebody hit into a double play. Low. 1-2. Now, I'm not watching it today, but I want to let you all know, I know a lot of folks, fans from afar, relatives mainly, watching Timberwolf baseball. You can get in touch with us and drop us a line. I'm going to give you my email address that I'll be monitoring during the game starting next week. If you got something you want to say or drop a shout out, you can put it in there and we'll read it on the air. And it is vofthet@gmail.com. VOFTHET, voice of the Timberwolves. vofthet@gmail.com. Start sending messages there. Send them now. I'm not watching them actually until next week. This one is driven to left. Back and over goes Verver, and it lands foul, thank goodness. Might have cleared the bases if it was fair. Still 1-2 to Kyle Cox. Excuse me, 2-2. I miscounted. Or mislogged. Brett's caught the first game yesterday, and Alonso caught the second game. And similarly, as that one's low and it's a full count, you don't see a lot of guys who play linebacker in football and catcher in baseball. To Haught off his glove. Sags the guys that goes around him. Run scores. 1 out. Dillon scores from third on the play. Beggs is out unassisted on a 5U by Haught. Castillo goes to second. Cox has an RBI on a fielder's choice, and he is at first. The bases are still loaded. No, they're not. Nobody at third, but there is 1 out now. And darn it, I didn't listen in to see who number 12 is. I was talking about the play and the situation. So 12 to the plate, big, tall, right-handed hitter. Really tall guy. Looks like he should be playing basketball. Well, maybe he was. This one's lifted. Right field. Coming on is Cannon McDonald. Underneath it, makes the catch. Nobody tags up. 2 outs. Pop up to right for 12. Brooks Berry, the DH. The 2 outs, runners at second and first. 1 run is in. If they can get Berry here, they will have gotten out of this about as good as they could have hoped. Bases were loaded with no outs. Time's called by the batter. Wind is now behind us, blowing out to left, where it is at us. And Barry tries to take the ankles out of John Carter there at third, his coach. Really got around on that. That was really moving. 0-1 to Brooks Berry. High and in. 1-1. Up. Plane flying over. Somebody's having a better day than we are. It's my standard line whenever a plane goes over. Fastball again. Pulled hard foul. Third base side. 1-2. This guy is just killing the ball, but he's swinging early. Maybe you'd throw a change or something here. This guy's way ahead of even the fastballs. Another fastball, and he just about takes out the on-deck hitter this time. He's way ahead of it. He should move back in the box. Yeah, he's still, I'd move back a step in the box if I'm him. Maybe a better chance of making it fair. And I would start throwing off-speed pitches at him, too. 1-2 again to Brooks Berry. Into the dugout this time. Screaming in mock terror over there, his teammates. Guys shouldn't have made him go last in BP. Here's the pitch. This one is off speed, and he undercuts it, fouls it back to the screen. This will be the 7th pitch to Brooks Berry, and the count's 1-2. Time called by Barry. Yeah, they run this field nice. They even got the minor league baseball field ballpark music going. They're going to throw at second. Nothing doing. Castillo's back quick enough. Well, with our camera angle, y'all are able to see all these foul balls that he's hitting. That one must be a little high or a little out. 2-2. Brett's trying to frame it. Didn't get the call. 8th pitch to Brooks Berry. And there's the off speed, and he was lunging at it, but got a hold of it to tap it foul. Every pitch to this guy from now on would be off speed if I was a pitcher. Ninth pitch to Brooks Berry coming up. Counts 2-2. Whirled for the throw, Cooper, but nobody was at the bag. Made Castillo dirty his uniform anyway. Swing and a miss, and they got the big fella in a 9-pitch at-bat with an off-speed pitch, just like the doctor ordered. We're through 1 inning, but we trail 1-0. We'll be right back in a minute. All right, we're back. Going to the second inning, top of the second. Cedar Park trailing 1-0 now. Could have been worse. Bases were loaded with no outs. Almost got out of it unscathed. Cedar Park at 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Leading off, first baseman Louis Alonso takes a called strike one. Cannon McDonald on deck. Josh Bretz is in the hole, and then Darian Sue. If we get that far. Off-speed pitch swung on, back up through the middle and into the center field. A seeing eye single to lead off for Louis Alonso. Cannon McDonald playing right field again today. 7-hole hitter. Comes up with no outs and a runner at first in the form of Louis Alonso. Fastball, and that's hit over the third baseman's head. Way down the line at third. Rounding third is Alonso, and he will score. And into third, Cannon McDonald with an RBI triple up the left field line. Game is tied.
Next at bat, number 23, Josh Bretz.
Here's Josh Bretz with nobody out. Go ahead run at third. Fastball paints the outside corner. 0-1 to Bretz. Darian Sue on deck, and then we're back to the top of the order with Cade Haught. Well, finally identified the pitcher for you. We'll talk about that in just a second. This one misses. 1-1. Let me get his name logged in here on my chart. I guess I'm going to wait till Craig gets back so Craig can hear this too. 1-1 to Josh Bretz. Fastball called strike two. No outs. Louis Alonso scored from first on an RBI triple by Cannon McDonald, who is at third. This one's slapped foul out of play to the right side. Still 1-2. The pitcher we've identified is David Dressendorfer. That's right, Dressendorfer. Those of you who've been around for a while and followed Texas baseball for a while know that's the son of Kirk Dressendorfer, one of the Longhorns' greatest all-time pitchers. There's a throw at third, and they got him. Too big of a lead for Cannon. Oh, they didn't get him. He dropped the ball. I thought I saw the umpire say he was out. Now they're going to try to appeal to home. Well, they're saying that the ball came out of his glove when he was trying to transfer it to his throwing hand. I don't know. I didn't see it. Did you see it, Craig? So I'm going to talk that one over. The throw was clearly in a great place and in great enough timing to get Cannon if he held on to the ball. The umpires are going to try to decide that now. Law and Order music being played. They're going to say he's out, and then he was transferring the ball, and it very well may have been the case. It's just too far and too severe an angle for us to have seen. So one out. Let's see, that's a 1-5 over at third. One out, bases empty for Bretz. Excuse me, not Bretz, but Sue. Yeah, it is Bretz. How come they don't have a count up for him? That's foul. Still 1-2. There they get the count. They had 0-0 on the count on the scoreboard a minute ago. Confused me. I thought, wait a minute, did Bretz get on board? Still 1-2 to Josh. Fastball for a strike. Strike three. And they'll throw down to first to get him. Bretz didn't realize it would be called a strike or he would have run. So a standing strikeout. Darian Sue, the center fielder, 9-hole hitter. Some of the best fielding of the center field position I have ever seen at Cedar Park yesterday in both games. That one bounced 5 feet in front of the plate. 1-0. So 2 outs, 1 run in, bases empty. Score's tied at 1-1. In between innings, I'll try to remember to update that score bar up there if I can see. This one on the ground, a 1 hopper to short. Over to first in time to get Sue. We are through 1.5. Cedar Park leads 1-0. We'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back. I got the score bar updated for you. We were in the second. Yeah, I should have said bottom of the second. We're going into the bottom of the second. Score tied at 1. Start off that inning great. Looked like we might have had another run factory going. Alonso reached with a single. He scored from first on a triple by McDonald, but then McDonald was picked off at third. Brett struck out. Sue grounded out to short. Jacob Haddon leading off for Round Rock here in the bottom of the second. Fouled the first one, 0-1. Craig Weems sitting in with me to watch some baseball. And Craig, here's some of the other things about this. These hash marks here are strikes. Those are balls. These are second strikes, you know, foul balls and stayed alive. And that one's also a strike. 0-2 to Jacob Haddon. The circles are outs. High, 1-2. What's in the circles, how they got out. K's a strikeout. P9's pop out to right field. What did that one say? 5U unassisted there at third. Whether it got the RBI or not is there in between the counts. SB's a stolen base there. Of course, W walk. So you can kind of see how stuff's going on there. Well, my phone's ringing. That guy Scam Likely keeps calling me. Get a lot of calls from that guy. 1-2 the count. Jacob Haddon at the plate for the Round Rock Dragons. Kicking a throw. High, 2-2. Bought me some grape juice to keep my whistle wet. This one's lifted to right down the line, chasing it, and it lands foul. Still 2-2 to Jacob Haddon. I didn't catch what position he's playing. Put the numbers in the wrong place there. Oh well. We'll get it right. That's what happens when we don't get a lineup from him. Ben Cooper. Delivered to deep left, right down the line, and it's a fair ball. Cooper chases it and gets it back in, but not before Jacob Haddon is standing at second base. Boy, I tell you what, Craig, any other high school field you've ever seen, that's out of here. But it's 357 to the line. Probably a good 30, 35 feet deeper than most high school fields in this oblong-shaped field. I catch the number of this one. I was talking through the introduction on this one too. Swing and a miss. That's number 9. And that is Weston Oliver. Behind 0-1 to Ben Cooper. Long look at second, and the runner there had no throwback, but it's on the wrong side of the bag. Actually, his timing was pretty good if he could have got it down in front of the bag. Fastball stays high and out, 1-1. Time called, and the umpire's asking the batter to do something with his equipment. Oh, he's got a necklace on or something I think he has to take off. Yeah. One and one to Weston Oliver as he steps back in, ready to go. Fake throws him back to second. Haddon dives back in safely. No outs. Haddon at second with the go-ahead run for Round Rock. Called strike right on the outside edge. Good pitch by Ben Cooper. 1-2 to Oliver. Swing and a miss, and he whiffs him. Second strikeout for Ben Cooper. Drew Field. That doesn't sound like he said Field. It sounded like he said Freed. To the plate, 9-hole hitter for Round Rock. One out runner at second. Fastball called strike one. So we're now through the order, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 9. Ben Cooper started out with a first pitch strike. Gets through, the runner will go to third. Brett tracks it down. 1-1 the count. Now the runner is 90 feet away from taking the lead for Round Rock. Oh, and Craig, another little nomenclature thing. These little dots in the upper corner, if I got one there, that means that guy started out 0-1. Ooh, towards us on the foul ball, 1-2. Great day for baseball. Let's play two. And we will. The Cedar Park City Championship game is next, about a half hour after this one. Cedar Park versus the other Cedar Park, Vista Ridge. Swung on right to Haught. Can't get to third quick enough, but he's got the one out, the batter.
Next at bat, number 1.
I always loved those. When I was a third baseman, I spent some time playing third. I love those because that's just pure reflex. And everybody thinks it's such a great play. It was the easiest play in the world. Here it comes. Pop. Top of the order with Kyle Dillon, the left fielder. Singled and scored their only run. 2 outs, runner at third. Let's just get Dillon. That looked like a good pitch. Umpire wasn't paying attention that time. You know, baseball nomenclature, the fastball, that one's a strike, 1-1. The E for error, you know, E2's an error on the catcher, E7, error on the left fielder. The umpire makes a mistake, I always log it down as an EU. Fastball low, blocked by Bretts. Kind of laid an egg there, didn't know where it was. Was going to chase it behind him, it was right under him. 2-1 for Dillon. Oh, I can get this name for the center fielder next. If I can look at, let's see. Oh, Tyler Betts is what it is, not Beggs. So I can get that straightened up. He's scheduled to hit next. There's a nice pitch. 2-2 now to Kyle Dillon. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout, his third of the game for Ben Miller. But just like the last inning, their leadoff hitter reaches with a hit and ends up scoring. They now lead 2-1. We'll be right back. Craig just corrected me. I read my symbol wrong. The first guy doubled to left, and that line made it look like a closed diamond, and I was thinking I was seeing it wrong. But, yeah, he was left at third. We're still at 1-1. Back to the action now, Cedar Park. Top of the third. And they are at the top of the order. Cade Haught, Gunnar Absek, Ryder Hernandez.
At bat number 5, Cade Haught.
Oh, guys pronouncing it Hout, but I think Cade gets that at a lot of places. Remember hearing that pronunciation when we're on the road in football sometimes, the hometown announcer. Pitch from Dressendorfer, tries to bunt himself on, but it's foul, third base side. Cade with that blinding speed will beat out almost any bunt. Oh, and 1. Cade Haught. Not so blinding in speed when he's walking back to the bag, though. The plate. Once again, if you got time and you're at home and not working here on a Friday, coming out the ballpark, is you can catch 2 games playing Vista Ridge right after this one. 0-2 now to Cade. Look at that curveball. Cade had a lunge to stay alive and get a piece of it. At least he did. 0-2. High. 1-2 now to Cade Haught with Gunnar on deck, Ryder in the hole. Dressendorfer taking his time. A lefty's dad was a righty. Hard throwing. I remember a big, tall kick by Kirk Dressendorfer. Swing and a miss on another off-speed 2-strike pitch.
At bat number 13,
Good tactics.
Gunnar Absek.
Haught is down swinging. Here's Gunnar. Walked on a full count pitch last time. Stole second, but was stranded there when the inning ended. Looked like he wanted to bunt there and takes it, and it was low and away, and the umpire mistakenly called that a strike. 0-1 to Gunnar Absek. Count even. Dressendorfer working with a little more alacrity now for some reason. I don't know if 2 outs and nobody on makes a difference. That one missed. 2-1 to Gunnar. 1 out, nobody on, excuse me. And there is that, man, he has got a killer pitch that guys are really falling for. 2-2. Pulls a string on something. It's a little outside. Guys are lunging out and down at it. That one's way high. Another full count to Gunnar. He walked on the last one. Dressendorfer got rid of something. It almost looked like a clear plastic goggles or something. I don't know what he was throwing out there. Dress, I heard them call him from the dugout. Come on, Dress. That's a long name, Dressendorfer. High and out. Gunnar with 2 full count walks.
Next to bat, number 14, Ryder Hernandez.
Ooh. Hispanicized the pronunciation there. Hernandez. Ryder to the plate is on with a fielder's choice, but stranded at first the first time when the inning ended. Had him and Gunnar on at first and second with only 1 out, but the next 2 guys struck out. Ryder has some good offensive numbers in the 3 games that I have seen. Oh, and they picked him out. No, we missed him. Had him in time, somehow avoided the tag. Gunnar Absek is such a crafty runner. How did he survive that pickoff attempt? Pitch in the dirt. Absek will get second pretty easily this time. They throw down anyway. Guess they just wanted to work on the throw. Not a stolen base. He got it on the passed ball. It was ball to Ryder, 1-0. Long couple of looks at Ryder, or at Gunnar, who has a good lead. Ryder called time. Cole Kruger on deck, Trey Verver in the hole. They're going to whirl and throw. Back in plenty of time as Gunnar. There's 1 out. Gunnar in scoring position with the go-ahead run at second base. Ryder Hernandez awaiting just his second pitch of the at-bat. Been there a while, it seems like. Here's the 1-0. Fastball lifted right field. Back he goes. Going to make the catch. Gunnar tags, but he's faking going, and the throw probably would have gunned Gunnar down. 2 outs. Cole Kruger, the DH, struck out on an 0-2 pitch, swinging last time up. Left-handed hitter, left-handed batter. Left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. I'm still trying to get my baseball broadcasting legs under me early in the season, too. Spent months doing football. Trying to shift over to baseball. Swing and a miss on that one. That was something off speed and low and in the dirt, actually. 0-1 to Cole Kruger. Verver on deck with that big bat. Need to get Gunnar home somehow. He's been to second twice so far. Fastball fouled back into the net, 0-2. Kruger's seen 5 pitches in this game, and all 5 of them have been strikes. Gunnar's going. They're going to throw to third to get him. Pitcher turned at just the right time to have enough time to go get Gunnar, but I like the tactics. I like being aggressive on the bases in high school baseball. But we are down after 2.5. No runs across, still tied at 1. We'll be right back.
At bat for the Dragons, number 15, Tyler Betts.
Here's the center fielder, Betts, as we get back to the action in the bottom of the third. Tie game. First time up, Betts singled to left and was thrown out at third later in the inning. Get to the pitch counts in a minute. Fastball called strike one. Coming into this inning, our guy, Ben Cooper, thrown 49 pitches, 31 strikes, 18 balls. Swing and a miss, 0-2 to Tyler Betts. Their guy, Dressendorfer's thrown 35 pitches in 2 innings, 24 strikes, 11 balls. The game's tied at 1. Just inside. 1-2 to Tyler Betts. Jake Castillo, third baseman, is on deck, and the first baseman, Kyle Cox. Tap back to the mound. Easily over to first with it. Ben Cooper to Alonso.
Next at bat, number 3,
One down.
Castillo.
Here's Jake Castillo. He walked and was stranded at second. They're only lefty. Castillo must be right-handed and trained himself to bat from the left-hand side, because you're not going to see any left-handed third baseman anywhere. That one way high. 1-0 to Jake. Fastball a little high. I'm starting to think he might like to call it, but he didn't. 2-0. Fastball right down the middle for a called strike one. Kyle Cox, first baseman, up next. Then Travis Sikora in the 5-hole. Little high. 3-1. Kyle Cox is their cleanup hitter who had such a long at-bat and kept having those murderous foul balls towards his own team on the left side. Ended up striking out. Long delay as Jake Castillo adjusts his gloves. Here we go. Fastball inside, and that walks him. So Castillo's walked both times.
Next at bat, number 29, Kyle Cox.
Cox is big. He's got to be 6'4" at least. One misses, 1-0. Throw to first, nothing doing. And I'm wrong, it wasn't Kyle Cox that had that big long at bat. It was Brooks Berry. He's coming up in 2 more hitters. Cox actually had an RBI on a fielder's choice. Their only run batted in of the game so far. That one misses. 2-0. That one goes through. Three and 0 to Kyle Cox. One of the bad things about having to sit next to the net is that the camera kind of features the net in the view, chops up into rows of squares. And apologize for that, but there's not much we can do about it. 3-1 now to Cox with that called strike. Whirl back to second, nothing doing. These camera technology is better than it was when we started videoing. When we started videoing, the more primitive cameras of the state-of-the-art then would focus on the net, and the background action behind it that you really wanted to see would be blurred. At least they don't do that anymore. Fouled, out of play, back behind us. Goes from 3-0 to a full count. Oh, that was my car. Long look in. Oh, it hits him on a full count pitch. Kyle Cox is a hit batsman, and he heads for first, and that pushes Jake Castillo to second. There's one out.
Number 12, Travis Sakura.
Here's Travis Sakura. I'm kind of wondering if what the possibility is that I might be related to Ben Cooper. My mom's maiden name was Cooper. Wonder if he's from southern Missouri or has family in southern Missouri. This one high, 1-0. Or the Lexington, Kentucky area. That's where my mom's Cooper family members were from. If I remember, I'll ask him that. Whirls and throws. Man. In time, but it was a little high. Gunner couldn't move the glove from up down towards the bag quick enough. Timing was good, though. Pitch, fastball outside and low. 2-0 to Travis Sakura. Another big guy. A lot of big guys on this baseball team. Time's called. Coach is going to come out and talk to the mound. Let you listen to the sounds of the park. I'm going to make an adjustment here. Stand by.
And we're the 3 best friends that anybody can have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone can have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone can have. And we'll never, ever, 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 ever leave each other. We're the 3 friends that anybody can have. I mean the 3 best friends that anybody can have.
All right, back to the action now. conference is over. Here comes a 2-0 pitch to Travis Sikora. This one is driven back to center field. Sue is camped under it, makes the catch on a run and throw towards third. It's cut off. So Castillo to third on the pop out. Cox stays put at first. Sikora is down on the F8. So 2 down. Runners at the corners for Brooks Berry. He's the guy that had the 9 pitch at bat last time and struck out with a whole bunch of deadly foul balls towards his coach and his teammates in the dugout. That was kind of fun. This one he lifts to center and Sue back into his right. Underneath it, Darian makes the catch. Last 2 outs, both fly outs to Darian Sue in center. No runs across, and we are still tied at 1. We'll be right back. That's the one phone number from back in the 70s that I could remember. 867-5309. Need to call Jenny. Jammin' Jenny. Tied at 1 here going into the top of the 4th now. Almost halfway through this game. 4, 5, and 6 doing the order for the Timberwolves. But we got a pinch hitter. Cole Kruger was up when the last out was made, so his position in the order, number 4, is due. But instead, we are seeing Hunter Hewitt.
At bat number 12, Hewitt.
To the DH position, so probably won't see any fielding changes with that substitution. Yeah, Craig's pointing out all the all-state football players we have on this very good baseball team. Maybe we get some of them all-state in baseball as well. Craig, this squiggly line on the vertical here shows that since you see 2 names here, after that is the second guy, before that is the first guy, when we're tabulating stats later. Umpire went over to talk to John Carter about something in the Round Rock dugout. I did not realize, Craig, I've known John Carter for a long time, 12 years or more, but I did not realize until fairly recently, as Hunter takes a called ball 1, that he's the son of the John Carter, the congressional representative. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Low and away, 2-0 to Hunter Hewitt.
Good job, Hunter. Big eyes, big eyes.
The only, or the third, I don't know, maybe junior, maybe the third, I don't know, or 5th, 19th. I was only selected to serve on a jury once, swinging a foul tip by Hunter, 2-1. And I ended up being made the foreman and got to, read the guilty verdict and all that stuff. And the judge in that trial was John Carter before he became a representative. Leaves that one short. Count goes to 3-1 to Hunter Hewitt, who, when he's not, he's a pretty effective pitcher for us. Big, strong hitter. And when he's not doing that, he eats quarterbacks. And now he's on base.
Next at bat number 22, Trey Verver.
Here's Verver. Struck out swinging on 3 pitches. takes the signals from Coach Williams up at third. And Hunter Hewitt becomes an 88%er. Those of you new to the broadcast this year, called strike on the fastball on the edge to Verver, 0-1. Oh, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I saw a national statistic in high school baseball where if the leadoff runner of an inning, leadoff hitter of an inning reaches for free, a walk or gets hit, they score 88% of the time in high school baseball. We have tracked that over the years, and dadgum if it isn't pretty much right. Had it happen 4 times in the 2 games yesterday, and 3 of them scored. That's 75%. Another throw, pretty close. Hewitt needs to stay close. Dressendorfer has a good move as a lefty. 0-1 the count to Trey Verver. I almost finished putting my sunscreen on between innings. Let's see if I can finish now. I sunburned pretty easy. Bunt around the plate area, catcher off and over to first with it, but it was a good sacrifice that it moved the runner over. Sacrifice,
Next at bat,
bunt,
number 19,
2, 3 for Verver, and that moves Hewitt to second with 1 out for Louis Alonso. He singled up the middle and scored our only run. Scoring from first on a triple by the next hitter, Cannon McDonald, who is on deck. I'm pleased, Craig, at this point that the Timberwolves are sticking right with Round Rock, one of the area powers. Of course, it's high school baseball, could blow open at any seam, but fastball high. 1-0 to Louis. Louis just a sophomore, one of only, I think, 6 underclassmen on this entire roster. Fastball driven. Right field, but right at him. Comes on with the catch, can't tag. Hewitt stays at second, 2 down.
Next at bat, number 6, Cannon McDonald.
It's Cannon McDonald. See if he's got another triple in him. RBI triple the first time, but he was gunned off of third base a little later. Now, Craig, this is one of the better high school parks in Texas, where there are a lot of good ones. First pitch, woo, boy, that was high, but he called it a strike on Cannon. Cannon wasn't going to swing at that garbage. Anyway, they've got a tremendous concession stand here. I'm hoping it's open. Man, sometimes you go over there, burgers are great. Fouled back towards the third base dugout, 0-2 to Cannon McDonald. Man, the concession trailer at McNeil yesterday was terrific. I got me ordered a hamburger, and it was a double patty burger. Cooked perfectly, too. Buns were fresh, put a little ketchup and mayonnaise on it. I'll playing the game like this for a little while. Dressendorfer to the plate. Oh! Man, I thought I hit him in the helmet, but it must not have. I thought it hit something before it hit the catcher's glove. Either hit him or the bat, but they're not saying that was a strike. I must have not heard that right. 1-2 to Cannon. Taking a throw, and it's in the dirt, but he swung at it. He's going to try to go to first, but they're going to look at third first. Make the play. Strikeout complete. Inning complete. Well, we're through 3.5. Still a 1-1 ball game. We'll be back in a minute. With ASI Protection Services, it's always safe. It's that simple. ASI Services provides commercial and residential alarm monitoring services. ASI does the install and monitoring for way less than the large security chains. They've been in business for over 20 years. ASI also offers home automation services, repair services for access control, alarms, and CCTV plus security camera installation and repair. That's ASI Protection Services, one of our sponsors this year. Call 512-467-2615, 512-467-2615. And we're preparing some professionally produced commercials that we'll be able to play in the gaps. It probably won't be ready until next week's action, maybe by Tuesday night out at Lake Travis. In the meantime, I'll just read off about them.
Number 26, Jacob Haddon.
Jacob Haddon to the plate at 7-8-9 due this inning for Round Rock. Last time up, Haddon doubled but was stranded at third when the inning ended. And it's interesting, Craig, that 88% thing, for if you reach base for free as a leadoff hitter, they score more often than guys who earn their way on for some reason. This one, to the gap in left or right center. Cuts it off, holds him to a single. Nice play by Cannon McDonald, getting over quickly enough. Could have been a double.
Weston Oliver.
Weston Oliver now to the plate. He struck out swinging on a 1-2 count last time up. Shows bunt. They're going to go to second. They got him picked off between the bags. If they run him down correctly, Gunner run him back to the bag and tags him out. Not going to fool Gunner on defense or offense. So that becomes a 2-4 out between the base pass. Now one down and the bases are cleared. Oliver has yet to see his first pitch. Fastball foul back into the screen. Starts him out 0-1. That one misses, 1-1. And I mentioned I'm still trying to get my baseball broadcasting legs under me. And one thing I realized that I haven't done since the early innings is keep track of first pitch strikes, so we off on that stat today. High and in, 2-1 to Oliver. Again, Jason Malmquist will be joining me to do some of our games. High and out with the fastball, 3-1. And some of the Concordia games that I'll have to work conflict with Cedar Park's schedule, and I'm obligated to do the Concordia games, and when that happens, my old partner from football to come in and do baseball, Josh Willard. Boy, that was a good pitch, called a ball, and Oliver's on with a walk.
Next at bat, number 20, Drew Brees.
Sounds like saying Drew Brees. It's Drew Field. He's either saying Drew Brees or Drew Freed, but it's Field. I'm reading it right here. Unless he changed his name after they gave us that roster. It's a one-out runner at first, Weston Oliver. Driven over the third baseman's head into left. Will move the runner to second, but no farther. Single for Drew Breeder. Supposed to be Field.
Next at bat, number 1, Ty Dillon.
Ty Dillon. Singled and scored and struck out swinging. Top of the order for the Dragons. Well, Ben Cooper continues to kind of get in jams and base runners every inning. At least 2 in every inning except the second.
Number 2, Thomas Soto.
But only giving up 1 run. Thomas Soto is a pinch runner at first. Running for Drew Field, who is the catcher. Ty Dillon stepping in. Long look at second from Ben. In for a called strike one with the heater. 0-1 to Ty Dillon. Fastball stays a little high that time, 1-1. Ben Cooper to the plate, hits the ground. Nicely blocked by Bretz, but he throws it into left, and here goes the runner to third. He wasn't going, and Bretz thought he was, threw it wild to the bag, and so he might as well have been going. But if he had been going, that throw would have ended up with him at home with a go-ahead run. So it all worked out. That's Oliver at third. And in the dregs of that play, Drew Field moves to second from first. Counts 2-1. That one misses, 3-1. So in danger again of falling behind in this game with 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out. Double play is off now. This is first base is open. Or the standard double play is anyway. Ooh. Missed, a little high. Cedar Park fans won it, but I thought it was a little high.
Next at bat, number 15, Tyler.
Center fielder Tyler Betts singled and was thrown out at third later and grounded out to the pitcher in his first 2 trips. I'll take a ground back to the pitcher because that will keep a run from scoring. If he comes home, we'll throw him out. If he doesn't, we'll throw the guy out at first. Oh, it's bases loaded. He'll have to come home. Yeah, I'll take that tap back to the pitcher right here. Good start, an inning-ending double play. That one's low. 1-0 to Betts. Well, we almost kind of need that. A little one bouncer right back at Cooper to home, and then either to third or first to end the inning. Check swing is going to land short of, oh, I thought it was going farther than that. What a nice track down by Gunner at second. I thought it was going to be 25, 30 feet into the grass. It was right at the edge of the grass, and Gunner tracked it down. And because it didn't go very deep, nobody could move. So now 2 outs with the bases loaded. After that little P4, Jake Castillo. It was just a check swing by Betts, and he kind of accidentally hit the ball.
Remove all jewelry.
The cause for this is another guy has got jewelry on, and so he's making him take it off. And John Carter, coming down from third, was pissed off. He told the umpire, just eject him. His own player. I've always liked John Carter. Probably would be an out too if the base is loaded. Fastball for a called strike one. Jake Castillo walked both times to the plate, and that means, wait a minute, am I in the right spot? Yeah? That's a different guy. Castillo's been pinch hit for. Or he's a switch hitter. One hopper to Cade, steps on third, and that ends the inning. That was a pinch hitter number 8, so we'll get that straightened out between innings. No runs scored. Got out of that jam, too. We'll be right back. Back to the action now as we go to the top of the 5th. Josh Bretz comes to the plate, and I didn't log in how Cannon McDonald got out last inning. Dadgum. Like I said, still kind of getting my baseball broadcast feet under me, getting all the routines down. Probably by next week I'll be in mid-season form. I hope. The team really looks like they're in mid-season form already. Historically, we've not done well in the pre-district tournaments under any of our coaches. This one is lifted right side. Back goes the second baseman. Makes the catch about 30 feet into the grass of right field.
Next at bat number 11,
First pitch is an out for Bretz. Pop out to second. Darian Sue steps in the 9-hole. Center fielder grounded out to short first time up. Yeah, historically we come out of the pre-district tournament season in district play maybe a 500 record or a little better or a little worse. That went inside. We're 6-1 right now. 1-0 to Darian Sue. He has great speed when he gets on the base pass too. We've seen that in center field quite a bit this weekend. On the ground, past a diving third baseman, just fair of the bag. Rounding first, heading towards second is Sue. Here comes the throw, it's cut off. Darian Sue with a 1-out double.
Next at bat number 24, Swift.
Top of the order with Cade Haught. He's a good hitter. You don't get in leadoff without being a good hitter. But today, 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. Oh, maybe we got a pinch hitter. Hold on. Doesn't look like Haught. Oh, it's Julian Swift. Pinch hitting for Haught. So we'll have to see who goes in at third. Well, it'll be Swift. He's listed as third baseman, among other positions. On the ground, 2 bouncer to third, nicely gloved. Looks at the runner, goes across the diamond for an out. Throw comes back to third, not in time. Sliding under it is Sue. But a valiant effort by the Dragons.
Number 13, Gunnar Absek.
Here's Gunnar. Walked and stranded at second both times. Outside, something off speed. 1-0 to Gunnar. Both of his previous walks were on full count pitches, so he's seen a lot of pitches from this guy. That's the 13th. The 14th, a fastball in and low. 2-0 to Gunnar. Ryder on deck. Hunter Hewitt scheduled after him. Foul tip on the swing. 2-1 to Absek. Fastball that stayed. Oh boy. Woo, that was high and outside, folks.
We'll take him going high too.
Yeah, if you call him for us, we'll take him. 2-2. Coach Williams saying that from third base. We'll take one of those every now and then also. I don't know that I would have swung at that. Wasn't a pitch worth hitting. Not well, anyway. 2-2 to Gunnar. Let's see if we can run the count full again. Or get a hit. Wow, that was a lot better pitch than the other one. I think that was a makeup call. The last one was a ball, and that one was a strike. So we're right where we should be at a full count. Full count pitch to Gunnar Absack. Third time of the game. Swung on and lifted to left. But with 2 outs and the player under it, he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. And the last 2 innings, the last out is made while our go-ahead run is crossing the plate. That's baseball. Make sure to drag that one in. Excuse me. Tell a bit more about some sponsors of ours. If you're thinking about selling your home, now's the time. Contact Greg Oleski for a free market analysis of your home's value and take advantage of the seller's market. Whether you're buying or selling, Greg's your go-to agent for all your real estate needs. Contact him at 512-779-3767. That's 512-779-3767 or Greg O, G-R-E-G-O, at AustinRealEstateExperts.com. And Adele Golf, top-tier makers of custom clubs, EAS model putters, wedges, single-length irons. Golf Digest just awarded their EAS putters gold medals in the blade and mallet categories. Adele Golf, groundbreaking products that shift the thinking of the golf equipment industry. Adele Golf, where you go to get better. Simplify your game. Single length, single swing, your aim, your choice. That's EDELGolf.com. Well, we're in a tie game here as we go to the bottom of the 5th in a moment with Round Rock. I was telling Craig, I'm really liking how the team has turned it up so far against this. Rick Hernandez checking in. 1-1 with, going toe-to-toe with one of the powers of Central Texas, the Round Rock Dragons. And, to tell the truth, we've had some success against the Round Rock program over the years. They were in our district for a long time, and we were all 6A. We'd win probably 1 out of every 3 games, which is better than most people do against them. John Danks, spent a lot of time in the Major League with the White Sox and some other teams. Beat him one time out of our own field. Big game when they were ranked #1 not in the state, but #1 in the country. And we won that game 3-2. It was one of my favorite games ever for Cedar Park baseball. Called strike for Kyle Cox, 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. And yes, Swift is in at third now. Batted for Haught now. He's playing third for Haught. That one too high, 2-1. Fastball on the ground towards Swift, but off his glove. Ryder gets it and makes a throw almost in time, but he's safe. That was almost a 5-6-3.
Next at bat,
We
number
have to call
12,
that a
Travis
E5,
Sakura.
unfortunately. Travis Sakura. Popped out to right, flied out to center. He's the first of their, or one of their several large guys.
Courtesy runner number 13, Lawson Knight.
So Knight's running for Cox at first. And the tall guy, Sakura, steps to the plate. No outs, one guy on at first. Both teams with the go-ahead run on a bunch of times. 8th time for Round Rock, and Cedar Park has had it on. Oh, that one's going out to right center. Over goes Sue, underneath it for the catch. Back in, no tag, one down.
Next at bat, number 21.
Cedar Park has had the go-ahead run on. Let's see, 1, 2, wait, no. Let me start that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Two of them were crossing the plate in the last 2 innings when the third out was made. First pitch to Gunner, to Ryder, and to Louie. A little 4-6-3 DP to end the inning. We'll be right back. Still tied at 1. Here comes Ryder Hernandez to lead off the top of the 6th. 3, 4, and 5 doing the order for us. Ryder, Hunter Hewitt, Trey Verver scheduled. Dressendorfer still on the mound for Round Rock. Wonder if his dad's here. I would think he might be. First pitch to Ryder Hernandez here in the top of the 6th. Fouled, out of play behind us. 0-1 to Ryder. I like their sound effects. Reached base on a fielder's choice in the first, but was stranded there when the inning ended. Flied out to right, second time up. Here's the 0-1. High and out, 1-1. Starting to hear a little chatter from the first base dugout, Timberwolves. This one's driven to right, but right at him. Just had to come up and over a little bit. 2 flyouts to right, the last 2 shots by Ryder. Didn't get under him much. I mean, he was driving them. They just unfortunately went right at somebody. At the same somebody. Hunter Hewitt to the plate. Walked on a 3-1 pitch last time up and was stranded at third. We have stranded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in scoring position. Fastball high and in, 1-0 to Hunter Hewitt. They stranded in scoring position 1, 2, 3 guys. On the ground in the hole between short and third in the left field. A single for Hunter Hewitt. On base twice today.
Next at bat, number 22, Trey Verver.
Trey Verver to the plate. Trey hitting in the 5 hole and playing left today. Struck out swinging. Had a sacrifice bunt. But we know he's got pop in that bat. Pop in a pipe. Pipe pop. Throw to first, not in time, and he gets thrown away. Hunter Hewitt gets to second easy. Will he have time for 3? He's going for 3. Here comes the throw. He's going to have to get down. The throw was wide. He got back to the bag. Hunter Hewitt, you saw the flop there. And I'm sure he's exhausted. He's a defensive linesman. That's 60 yards with a left turn in the middle. Oh. Yeah, you heard that one. Somebody from the stand saying it was the best slide ever. So Verver's still waiting his first pitch. One out, runner at third now. It's the third time we've had to go ahead run at third. That one outside with a bender. It misses. 1-0. Speaking of not having my broadcast legs under me for baseball, I've not been keeping up with the totals for walks and hits and that sort of thing for each pitcher. I'll try to tabulate that and give it to you on the other side of this inning break. Fastball for a strike. 1-1 to Trey. Louis Alonso on deck. Cannon McDonald in the hole. Lunging foul tip swing. Something that's kind of outside. 1-2 to Trey. One out. Hewitt at third. We just need something that gets through the infield to take this lead. Round Rock 8-2, Cedar Park 6-1, 14-3 between them. Two of the best teams in Central Texas. That one outside. I love all the noises baseball teams make in the dugout. The infield is in to cut down Hewitt at the plate. And that's inside. So we need something that's to a gap somewhere between the fielders. No ground balls in the infield. Full count now to Trey Verver. Let's put him on and have Alonso bring them both in. And that's in the dirt. And Hunter is coming home. Not in time. Outstanding. Whoa. Another blown call by this umpire. Hunter's hand clearly crossed the plate before the tag came down. Man. I thought it was kind of questionable if the ball went far enough to try that, but he got there before the tag did. There's no doubt about it. We're not getting some very good calls here. So that's going to be called officially a 2-1 for the out. On the play, well, that's interesting because on the play, Verver never stopped at first and went to second. No time was called, but they're telling him to go back to first, so we got shafted on both runners on that play.
There ain't no timeout baseball.
He never stopped. Hunter says if there's time, then I'm not out. Yeah, that ball was in play, and he never stopped at first, went all the way to second. So he's going to go back at second and let Lanny Williams make his case for it. We've had some pretty questionable calls here. I've not got any gripe with balls and strikes. Those seem fine.
On the mound for the Dragons.
We've had some other calls that have been very interesting. So Verver's forced to go back to first. He's got to travel that 30 yards twice. And a new pitcher. Thomas Soto on the mound.
21,
We'll change that. Let me get that. Louis, I just heard Louis' dad give him some advice through the fence, and Louis in front of us on deck says, between every pitch call time, just act like you're hurt. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Soto warming up. We have no numbers on him, of course. First batter he will face for Cedar Park is Louis Alonso. We singled up the middle and scored our only run in the second. Flied out to right in the fourth. So there's 2 outs, runner at first, Trey Verver, and it's still tied at 1. We've had runs cross home plate in each of the last 3 innings that didn't count. Now up the line goes Louis Alonso. Short conference with Lanny Williams. I wonder if he said the same thing Louis' dad did. Call time. Two outs, 1 aboard. Verver at first. Still tied at 1 here in the top of the 6th. Getting late. Late in this game anyway. From the stretch. First pitch, called strike. Runner goes down and steals second. Good speed. Trey Verver. Well, I'm pretty sure he called it a strike. They're saying 0-0 on the board. Somebody in the stand, I don't know if you're hearing all this. Somebody from the stand said, did they call time? Do we need to go back? Fun game. Kick and a throw. Off-speed pitch, grounded foul, third base side. 0-2 to Louis Alonso. Now they're a strike away from getting out of this jam. Been in jams in each of the last 3 innings, and we haven't been able to consummate them. Lifted foul behind us. Still 0-2. Here's the 4th pitch of the at-bat to Louis Alonso. Oh, swing and a miss. A nice pitch. He got him swinging. So once again, Round Rock escapes a jam. Once again, we have the go-ahead run across the plate. 3rd time in 3 innings, and it doesn't count. Still tied at 1 through 5.5. We'll be right back. Back to the action now. Pitcher now, Thomas Soto to the plate. He was a pinch hitter in an earlier inning. He's batting in the 7 hole for Jacob Haddon. Actually, he's a pinch runner, not a hitter. This one fouls 0-1 to Thomas Soto. Faced 1 batter and he struck him out. Been a good game, exciting game, even with the 1-1 score. Been plenty of action, just not a lot of runs. This one's missed high, 1-1. Beautiful 4-6-3 double play by the Cedar Park infield. Absek to Hernandez to Alonso. That one low and through, 2-1 count. Between games, Craig, I'm gonna head over there and see if I can get one of them burgers. Talking about it made me hungry for one. Fastball taking over Ryder's head into left field for a single. Another guy from our stand says, we called time. Sixth hit of the game.
Next at bat, number 19.
James McGlumphy. I love that name, James McGlumphy. And here we go. New hitter's James McGlumphy, and he's a pretty big-sized guy, too. Round Rock has a basketball team playing football. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. It was outside, 1-0. Hadn't been here in a while since we haven't been playing them in a while. I didn't realize they built an entire new campus west of the old one. Counting the old campus, which is still in place and I guess used for something. This looks like a college campus as far as size goes. Throw to first. He's back in time. Shows bunt. Throw back down to first, not in time. Kept the bat in position, so a strike. 1-1 to McGlumphy. Craig back now. Craig, you missed a funny, entertaining moment a moment ago. We had a single by there, Thomas Soto, and as he's rounding first, one of the guys in the stands for us says, "We called time." Love it. Dressendorfer has been lifted, but Ben Cooper's still on the mound. Throw to first. Nothing doing. 1-1 the count to McGlumphy, who has one of my favorite names ever. James McGlumphy. It's M-C-G-L-U-M-P-H-Y. I love it. Offers a bunt, tips it foul. Now 1-2. Apparently he's in there to bunt. All three pitches he has shown bunt. One, two, the count to McGlumphy. No outs. Runner on. Soto at first. John Carter trying to play Gus ball and just find some way to get that go-ahead run on late in this game. Fastball high. 2-2. Pitch high. Oh, it hits him. Or did it hit the bat? Hit him, I guess. So McGlumphy to first as a hit batsman pushes Soto. The go-ahead run to second in scoring position. The guy that keeps being announced is Drew Brees, who's really Drew Field, coming to the plate. Matt Kirkendall striding to the mound to talk to Ben.
Scott, you just don't get it, do you? You don't. It's no hassle. But, all I'm saying, they're gonna get
Conference is over. A little bit of Scott Evil and Dr. Evil going on there. The recording they played. Stop. Well, and now does this count as a second conference? Because out goes. Yeah, the first one was to get enough time to get the reliever ready to go. So that's it for Ben. We'll compile his numbers and give them to you. Well, I've got most of them. Well, I think I got all of them. 3 strikeouts, 6 hits. He hit 1 guy. Allowed 1 run. I don't have walks. 1, 2, only 2 walks. Not a bad day against a team that's a 6A power and is 8-2 at their own field. Not a bad day for Ben Cooper. But the table is set for victory for Round Rock here late in the game. Bottom of the 6th in a 7-inning game, and they have no outs on the go-ahead run in scoring position in the form of Thomas Soto, who is also their relief pitcher. So on the mound for us warming up, Trey Verver. This means we're going to have a new left fielder. See if we can catch who that is when they come out. Well, everybody's out. So let's see. It's one of those 4 guys standing there. I believe it's, well, that's Swift and Ryder. Who are those 2? Let's see here. Gunner and who? Alonso. So those are all infielders. So it's out. One of the 3 guys standing in center field is our new left fielder. We'll try our hardest to get a number. I've got him through the binoculars right now. They're starting to split up. I don't know if he's going to turn his back to us enough to see a number. Well, not sure who left field is at the moment. But Verver moves into the mound from left. And the wind continues to be strong enough to blow my taped down rosters out of position. Got to retape them. Drew Field. Trey wants to talk something over with Josh Bretz quickly. Here comes, still waiting the first pitch to Field. First pitch of the game for Verver. Fastball bunted to third base on 2 hops. Swift crossed the diamond for the out. Gunner was covering it. Sacrifice was successful, though. It does move the go-ahead run to third. Moves another one into scoring possession. McGlumphy to second. Top of the order with Ty Dillon, the left fielder. Walked and was stranded, struck out, singled and scored their only run. Fastball high. One and 0. Fastball back to the mound. He looks him at third, goes to first. Great job by Trey Verver. Now there's 2 down. Tyler Betts, a center fielder. Popped out to second last time up, grounded back to the pitcher before that, and then singled and was thrown out trying to get to third later in the inning. Great play on the mound by Trey Verver. The winning pitcher in yesterday's game, second game. Should be a swing and strike, but he says he didn't. Thing is, you can't appeal to a guy who's umpiring between the mound and second. He can't see whether they went across the plate or not from there. You can only appeal to him when they're at first. 1-0 at any rate. That one low, 2-0. So Verver with a pitching win yesterday, game-winning home run yesterday. We added more runs after it, but that gave us the lead we'd never lose. And now a terrific, coach has the right idea. They're going to intentionally put him on so the third out can be made at any base. You don't have to throw it across the diamond and risk an error. Good defensive tactics. So an intentional walk.
Next at bat, number 6, Aston Fisher.
Aston Fisher, number 6. Third different player to bat in the 3-hole for Round Rock. 2 outs, bases juiced. Big gamble, but you just need an out. Strike 1. Great baseball action here early in the season. We're glad we can bring it to you. We traditionally have not done pre-district tournament games, but we're doing a bunch of them this year. We did a bunch of them last year. Did a bunch of them in Brenham the year before, the first time we did it, when the head coach and the host of the tournament was Lanny Williams at Brenham. Fastball, strike 2. Trey Verver bearing down. Long look at Brett's. Wind in the delivery of the 0-2. Foul back over our heads. Still 0-2. The next 0-2 pitch from Trey Verver. And he strikes him out looking, and they get out of another jam. Outstanding baseball. Great tactic to put that runner on by Coach Williams. Didn't need it as it turned out. Still tied at 1. We'll be going to the top of the 7th in just a minute. Round and around the bases we go, we hope, this inning. Craig's asking us if it's the second season that Lanny Williams has coached. It is, but last year was a short season because of COVID. Only played, I think, 11 games, and we went 5-6 or something like that. Mickey D's, they're calling him from the dugout. Cannon McDonald. Brother Brant played football and baseball for Cedar Park, known the McDonald family for a long time. The oldest sister, Wynn, was a cheerleader at Cedar Park. She's at A&M right now. Well, maybe she's done with it. I don't know. Oh, that one sails hard on Soto. 1-0 to Cannon McDonald. Look at that little bender. That was a nice pitch. I wouldn't have swung at that either, Cannon, even though it was a strike. Hard to hit. 1-1. Fastball, fouled it. 1-2. Craig, that little shade up there by the press box. That's Johnny Baeza and the Round Rock broadcast crew. They got a nice little setup there. They put some temporary blocks in place so their table could sit over the stands and not, tilt and fall, and put up that shade for them. This one's lifted to left field, on and making the catch. Dylan.
Next at bat, number 23.
One down.
Josh Bretz.
Josh Bretz struck out looking and popped out to second, so Bretz is due. He's a pretty good hitter. Up, pinch hitting for him. Adam Vaughn will be the pinch hitter for Bretz.
At bat, number 25.
He will probably go into play first, and Louis Alonso at first will probably slide into catcher for Bretz. Adam played first in the second game yesterday. I don't remember how he did at the plate. Tomorrow, no Cedar Park baseball broadcast here at Vype Live, as that one's outside, 1-0, or rather inside and high to Adam Vaughn, 1-0. But we do have a Vype Live broadcast of the women's basketball. This one fouled out of play, and 1-1. Love the sound effects. Mike Rose, the V of the LT, will have their game live from Houston against Beaumont United in the state semifinals. Farthest our women have ever gotten. When misses 2-1, Adam Vaughn. Strike 2-2. Darian Sue is on deck rather, and then top of the order with Julian Swift. Grounded, foul, third base side, still 2-2. Beautiful day. I could use a little more breeze just where we are, just to keep cool. Yesterday was a bright blue sunny day. Supposedly there was supposed to be a lot of wind gusts in that game. We didn't see a lot. Foul. That one also out of play. Still 2-2. This is the seventh pitch coming to Adam Vaughn. Oh, I thought they were going to ring him up. That looked good to me, but we'll take it. Outside or inside or low or high. It's 3-2. It missed, I guess, officially. Full count, 1 out, nobody on, top of the seventh, tie game. And that one's low and away. So 1 out walk for Adam Vaughn.
Next at bat, number 11, Darian Sue.
Here's Darian Sue at the bottom of the order. Been playing well offensively this year. Today he's grounded out to short and then had a double and was stranded at third. Coach is talking to the home plate up. I wonder if they're going to run for Vaughn or something. I don't know. Pointing to first. High school with a lot more liberal pinch runner rules and other forms of baseball. Yeah, I'm going to get Blake Burton, another great football player, defensive back, all district. He's going to get out there and run. Sue at the plate. 1 out, a speedster on base at first. Stop of action for some reason. Umpire called time when nobody else had called time. Wheeled and the throw. Was hoping it was going to be too tall and go away. If he throws it away, Blake Burton has the speed to be at third in an instant. 1 out. The pitch. Bunts it but foul back over the head. Burton was going too. Bunt and run. 0-1 to Darian Sue. Got a little under that one. Remember to bunt right. You got to keep your eyes no higher than the bat. You keep the bat below your eyes, you tend to be under the ball and foul it. That's kind of what happened there. Got to crouch down to bunt. Swung, threw into right field. Burton rounding second, going for third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be on time, but off, and he escaped the tag. The throw was on time, but is up the line. In the meantime, although they probably called time, our runner goes from first to second. Send him back, call time. Send him back, call time. Anyway, I had to participate in the banter. So single to right for Darian Sue, who ends up at second if they don't push him back because there was a phantom timeout. And that pushed Vaughn's runner, Blake Burton, to third with a go-ahead run in scoring position just 30 yards away. Late in the game here in the top of the seventh, we won game 2 yesterday by exploding for runs with 2 outs, Craig, in the top of the seventh. First 2 guys got out and we scored 7 runs anyway. We're behind by 2 when that started. Intentional walk, which again is a good tactic. They've only got 1 out, but they're hoping for a double play to end the scoring threat. So intentional walk of Julian Swift. Bases are due. Swift at first, Sue at second, Adam Vaughn at third for Gunnar Absek. I don't know if there's another guy I would rather have up in this kind of pressure situation than Gunnar Absek. The Iceman, Craig said. Walked and was stranded at second, walked and was stranded at second, and then flied out to left. That would win, well, not win the game, but put us ahead in the last inning. He flied out to left here, that tag and a score, because there's only 1 out. This one low and away, 1-0 to Absek. And of course, if he walks again, it would be the 3rd time in this game, and it would be an RWI, because the bases are juiced. The pitch. Swung on and draw. Look what I found. What bad luck. A terrific shot by Gunnar. Found the glove of the shortstop. Flipped it to the guy at second. And once again, we are thwarted. But by a very good baseball team, I'll give you back. We'll be back in a minute. Well, as Craig just pointed out, we just lost the win. We can no longer win because they don't play past 7 innings in these tournament games. Tied at 1. We can only lose or tie. So, of course, we're looking around for somebody's ugly sister to kiss. Still Trey Verver warming up. As for Round Rock, they will be at 4, 5, and 6 in their order. Scheduled will be Kyle Cox, Travis Sikora, and Brooks Berry.
Up to bat for the Dragons, number 29, Kyle Cox.
Kyle Cox on with an E5 and cleaned off a second on that beautiful 4-6-3 double play last time up. Then he was a hit batsman and stranded at first in the 3rd. On with the fielder's choice and got an RBI, their only one of the game, but was stranded at first in the 1st. Need 3 outs. High and out, 1-0 to Kyle Cox. Man, I could just taste the wind on that last shot. Gunnar hit it hard, hit it in a good spot. Shortstop was just too tall. That one misses, 2-0. Would have scored 2 at least. Well, 1 at least, and probably 2, I should say. Should be up either 2-1 or 3-1 right now. Oh well, that's baseball. Fastball called strike. 2-1. Round Rock trying to be the first 6A team to beat Cedar Park this year. There's another called strike. 2-2. Something off speed here, Trey. Get him lunging. Here's the 2-2 from 2-2 in the ground. 3-2. Travis Sikora's up next. He's hitless in 3 trips. Brooks Raby's up next. He's hitless in 3 trips. All right, where we want to be. Just got to get it done. Swung on and lifted. It's going to be out of play foul behind us. Hey, one of our fans caught it. He should be out, right? It's Josh Brett's dad, Ben Brett's, the defensive play. Swing and a miss, and they got him down. Kyle Cox goes down swinging.
Number 12, Travis Sikora.
Travis Sikora, flied out to center last time up. Flied out to center the time before that. Flied out to right the time before that. So he's hitting it into the outfield. He's hitting it at people. Well, those that go to center, and they may not have been at somebody, Sue's just that good at tracking them down. Swing and a miss by Sikora, 0-1. Swung on and driven over Ryder's head into left, and a winning run is at first.
Next at bat,
Now we need the outs.
Parker.
How about a one-hopper slightly to the right, or to Ryder Hernandez left, that he can take to second and go on to first in this game.
Courtesy runner, number 11, Graham Kimstead.
Kimstead will be the pinch runner. Put a little more speed. Coach Carter. Yeah, I thought they made a movie about him a while back, right, Coach Carter? Kimstead aboard for Sikora at first. Here is Brooks Raby. Hitless in 3 trips. Ground into a double play, flied to center, and struck out. Wow, thank you. That was way low, and he called it a strike. Way low on a tall guy, and he called it a strike. That was higher than the last one. He called that a ball. So once again, we're right where we should be at 1-1. Throw to first. Nope. That one misses. 2-1. One out, winning run aboard at first. Form of Kimstead. Running for Sikora, who got him there. Another throw to first. Back in time. Don't forget, Vista Ridge is after this one, roughly 30 minutes after it. Sometimes it's a little more or a little less. We will shut down this broadcast after a very short post-game show. There's a called strike, 2-2. And you'll have to go back to the Vype Live homepage and click the link there to Cedar Park Vista Ridge to pick up that broadcast. Will be very little pregame show, maybe none. We'll start it up right before they start the first pitch. Swung on in the infield. It'll drop. Gunner to Ryder to Alonso. Another 4-6-3 cleaner. And that's the ball game. Cedar Park salvages a tie with Round Rock. And we'll have Vista Ridge coming up here in a minute. Let me log that in. 4-6-3. 2-4-6-3. Oh, wait a minute. They think they're playing? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't go away yet, folks. They are going to play another inning. I've never seen this ever happen. Play an extra inning in a tournament game. Okay. All right. So we didn't lose the win. Still got another shot. And we didn't have to kiss any ugly sisters. We'll see you in just a few minutes.